Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam Tamagocharam Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Pranatosmyaham. As if we are chained by these three vasanas to the prison house of samsara, unless we break and cut asunder these chains of these vasanas, we cannot be released from the prison house. So what are the three vasanas? Loka vasana, and then Deha vasana, Shastra vasana. These are the three vasanas. And everything else is included in that. The wealth, the progeny, everything is included in that. So these are the main three vasanas one has to give up, or one has to go beyond to cut us under the chain of this prison house and get released. Now, moving on, we will again read the verse 273 and 74 together. Jaladi samsargavashat prabhuta Durganda duta garu divya vasana Sangarshanenaiva vibhati samyag Vidhuyamane satibahya gandhe Antaschitananta duranta vasana Dhuli vilipta paramatma vasana Prajnati sangarshanato vishuddha Pratiyate chandana gandhavat sputha. See, the tune is changed. Did you not notice? Little bit we have changed the tune. It has come that way. Now, this agaru means ahil in Tamil, and it is a very fragrant thing like chandan. Though it is very fragrant in association, jalati samsarga, in association with the water, what happens? Durgandha duta. This fragrance is covered as if by the durgandha, the bad odor. And what has to be done? Sangarshanenaiva vibhati. When you scrub it a little, when you scrub that agaru a little and remove the water content, whatever, on the surface, then what happens? Vidhuyamane sati bhahyagande. The external stink, everything will go. And then, once again, the beautiful fragrance is retained. Similarly, Antaschida ananta duranta vasana. Duranta means very difficult to conquer, cross. So that kind of a vasana, that is covering vilipta paramatma vasana. Here paramatma vasana is given, that's why he asked that question, I suppose. Yeah, paramatma vasana means it's not the vasana of paramatma. The fragrance of paramatma means what? The glory of paramatma. Here the vasana is used not in terms of this kind of vasana. So to compare with it, with that, that sandalwood, but paramatma vasana, though it is said paramatma, is the glory of paramatma. We should fragrance of paramatma is the glory of paramatma. It covers. So prajnati samgarshanataha, through scrubbing through the right knowledge. Knowledge means what? I am that, not this body mind. Like that, if you practice, that is jnana abhyasa. Sahaham, soham, like that, if you scrub with the knowledge, what happens? Vishuddha pratiyate. Once again, the Atma, the self, shines in its pure glory. And the chanda, how? Like chandana gandhavat. Like the chandan also, same. When you rub it, then retained, the vasana is retained. So here, how to remove the vasanas? By soham sadhana. by Vishuddha Vritya, by that pure thought, again and again asserting yourself, you remove all the negative vasanas of body mind. That is what is said again and again. Only when you thus firmly abide in the self, all the vasana will be annihilated. Only when all the vasanas are destroyed, there is moksha pada, mukti pada, otherwise not. That is what is explained here. Now, moving on. Anatma vasana jhalaihi Tiro bhutatma vasana Nityatmanishtaya tesham Nashe bhati swayam sputha Anatma vasana jhalaihi Tiro bhutatma vasana Nityatmanishtaya tesham Nashe bhati swayam sputha Tiswayam sputha Anatma vasana jhalaihi. Jhalaihi means what? With innumerable anatma vasana. So much of vasana is there within. Jhalaihi tiro bhuta, as if covered. What? Atma vasana. Here atma vasana is used again. What is this atma vasana? Our desire for knowing the self is called as atma vasana. Vasana to know the self is called as atma vasana. It is not that atma has got vasana. Jiva only has got vasana, but instead of having vasana for the self or the desire to know the self, he is having only vasana for other things in the world. Like lokasana, loka vasana, deha vasana, all those vasanas, shastra vasanas. So this is covered with so much of other vasanas. Nitya atmanishtaya tesham nashaye nashe. Only by abiding in the self continuously, all the other vasanas can be destroyed. When you destroy it, bhate swayam sputha, the Atma, the self, shines in its glory. So, when the mind is full of desire for the worldly objects, the mind will not turn within. And it will not feel like turning within. No. See, though we may say, moksha, moksha, moksha and all, but practical sense, manasukku vanangave vanangadu. To turn within or to abide in the self. You always want to go out, roam in the world only. Even though you come for the course and attend the classes, any excuse you get, you want to go out. Take the scooter chabi and then start the scooter and go out. Swami, I will go out and come. I will go out and come. I have to buy this, I have to buy that, I have to meet him, I have to do that, I have to do this. Why? Why can't you be here, peaceful, quiet? No, I want to go out, I want to go out, I want to go out. So, the vasana is very strong within. It pushes you out. You can't sit. So, therefore, this desire for Atma, the self, is not there. It is clouded as if by all the other vasanas. So, it is very hard to go within. The mind is ready for everything else except vicharam or meditation. Puja, poti, I am ready. Everything I am ready. Tirtha yatra, I am coming. Please register my name. First you register my name. Tirtha yatra means jaliya polandane. We would prakpatade poland, sutti pagalam. So it goes. For everything it is ready, but to sit quietly it is not ready. Swami, I am ready for seva. Any kind of seva I am ready. I will do any seva. That is all good. The best seva you can do is to keep quiet and look within and abide in the self. Adu konjam kashtam, Swamiji. So, this vasana, it as if clouds the Atma vasana, the desire to know the self. And therefore, everything is dim, dull. So, what we have to do? Again and again through jnana-abhyasa, asserting ourselves, not giving room to the worldly vasana. We have to abide so that all the vasanas are destroyed. Only when all the vasanas are destroyed, the self shines in its glory without any veiling or without any obstruction. It just shines effortlessly. Initially with a lot of effort. Afterwards, there is no obstacle or there is nothing to cover it. It shines beautifully. Yatha yata pratyagavastitam manaha tata tata munchati bahya vasanaha nishesha mokshe sati vasananam Atma anubhuti pratibandha shunya Yata yata pratyagavastitam manaha Tata tata munchati bahya vasanaha Nishesha mokshe sati vasananam Atma anubhuti pratibandha shunya. See, here very clearly said, Yata yata pratyag avastitam manaha. Means whenever the mind, pratyag avastitam, when it's seated in the heart, abiding in the heart, tata tata, those occasions, munchati bahya vasanaha, it gives up the bahya vasana, the vasana for the worldly things. Meaning what? More and more you learn to abide, more and more the mind will not run into the world. Once when it gets the taste of this abidance, the sukha, susukha, that bliss of the abidance, then the mind, there comes a time when the mind doesn't want to go out, naturally, effortlessly. See, now the mind wants to only go out. We make it to go within, like, forcefully. We sit for meditation, we quieten the mind and try to meditate on Paramatma. We do it with force sometimes. But when you learn to more and more abide in the self, the opposite happens. The mind doesn't want to go out, it wants to stay there only. Then if at all you have to do something, you have to put some effort to go out and do it. So this is not laziness. Laziness is different. That also appears the same. Laziness means that there is no inspiration or there is nothing to அப்புறம் பார்த்து போன்னு சும்மா அப்படி சோம்பி இருக்கிறது. That is not this. Here it is abiding in the self and it is so comfortable and so enjoying the bliss of the self, it doesn't want to go out.
Be alert.
It is alert, prakasha, full of awareness, but it doesn't want to roam in the world outside. Like, the domesticated dog and all, they don't want to go out. They are very used to the comfort of the house. So every time the food is given, everything is given. When somebody comes, because it has to do something, so it barks for some time and then it keeps quiet. But the stray dogs, they have to search for food, they have to struggle and they go round and round. There is a Tamil Padamoli in Sri Lanka, very famous. நாய்க்கு வேலை இல்லை, நிற்க நேரம் இல்லை. The dog has no business to do at all, but it has no time to stand in a place. It has to run here, there. What it is doing? Nothing. நாய்க்கு வேலை இல்லை. It has no business to do, but நிற்க நேரம் இல்லை. It doesn't have any time to stand or sit anywhere. It is as if very busy. So the mind also, it has nothing to do actually, but it goes here, there. Busybody, they say, busybody. Have you heard about this word, busybody? He as if, acts as if he is very busy, doing this, doing that, but what? Like walking on that machine. What that machine was called? Treadmill. You walk very fast and reach nowhere. You are in the same place, you reach nowhere. But you go on walking without reaching anywhere. So the mind also goes out. But once when it gets the taste, இப்படி தப்புனை ஏன் நினைப்பித்தாய் இனி யார் விடுவார் அருணாச்சலா. Once when it tastes the bliss of the Paramatma, இனி யார் விடுவார், who is going to leave you now? Even if you want, I will not leave you. So the mind will stay put within the self and the Bhakya Vasanas are renounced. It gives up the wandering in the worldly things. And more that happens, then it gains the abidance. And then what happens? Tata tata munchati bahya vasana. Nishesha mokshe sati vasananam. When all the vasanas, without any shesha, shesha means nothing left behind. When everything else, so vasananam, vimokshe means, mokshe means everything is gone. Atmanubhudihi. Then happens the real Atmanubhuti, the awakening to the highest. Why? Pratibandha shunya. This is very important. Pratibandha shunya means there is nothing to obstruct the Paramatma now. There are no obstacle. Pratibandha means obstacle or something obstructing. Pratibandha shunya, there are no obstruction now. The vasanas were covering. Now there is no vasana. All the vasanas are destroyed because of the abidance. Then what happens? That pure consciousness shines in its glory, and you know very clearly that there is nothing other than the self. Till that point of time, always there is clouded. It shines as the pure self without any obstruction, meaning effortlessly. You don't put effort to see that way. It just shines. Even if you don't want, it shines. That is called choiceless awareness. No choice for you, whether you want it or not. It shines as pure consciousness. Objectless. See, choiceless, objectless awareness. Effortless, choiceless, objectless awareness. Objectless means what? There is no object there, no material objects there, nothing there except this awareness. So that is how it is. So in this whole chapter, Bhagavan, Shankara is saying again and again, this vasana has to be given up totally so that the Atma, the self, shines in its pure glory. Right? So moving on to the next chapter. End superimposition. So only when the vasanas are removed, when the self is clearly perceived, all the superimposition just vanish. From where it has come, we don't know. Where it has gone, we don't know. Just vanish. So by abiding continuously, again and again, abiding continuously, may you end all the superimpositions. This is what he is going to say. How to end all the superimposition? By abiding again and again continuously and destroying all the vasanas, then all the superimpositions are removed and Atma shines in its glory. See, only when the truth is clearly apprehended and abidance happens, then the superimposition is no more. Clearly you see there is nothing other than the pure consciousness. See, one more thing I want to just state here. This consciousness is used different ways by different Mahatmas. Gurudev Swami Chinmayanji, whenever he uses pure consciousness, he means the awareness only. Atman, the self, Atma Chaitanyam, the awareness only he means. But when Nisargadatta and others, when they use consciousness, they mean the ego self or that experiencer self. That they use as consciousness also. When the other Mahatmas, Nisargadatta and others. So we have to be very careful. We should not get misled by the usage of words. So Vedanta Shastra also uses Chit Ghanam. Chit, pure consciousness means the awareness only, Atma, the self only. Whenever they use this ego self, they say Chitchaya, Chidabhasa, Jiva, all those words are used. You understand? So it's very clear. Chit Shakti, that is usage of the Shaktas. They use it as Chit Shakti. They call it Chit Shakti. See, Vedanta Shastra, some Mahatmas may use it, but generally Chit Shakti, Chit Chaya is used in Vedanta. Chit Shakti is used in Shaktam because they consider this consciousness as Shakti, the expression of the Shakti. That's how they consider.
Chit Shakti is Vijnanamaya or Atman?
Vijnanamaya only. Okay. Now, how to end all the superimposition? The means to end the superimposition. See, different topic is given, but the same thing is explained. You know. Swatmanyeva sada stitva Mano nashyati yoginaha. Vasananam kshayaschataha. Swadhyasapanayam kuru. Swatmanyeva sada stitva. Mano nashyati yoginaha. Vasananam kshayaschataha. Swadhyasapanayam kuru. Swatmani eva sadastitva. Always abiding in the self. Swatmani eva. Swatmani eva means always in the self. Stitva. Firmly rooted in the self. Yoginaha mano nashyati. The great yogins, they destroy this mind. Mano nasham happens. They destroy the mind means what? There is no more the experiencer experienced duality. The mind is nothing but experiencer experienced duality. So when the mind is destroyed means what? This experiencer experienced duality is gone. And vasananam kshayaha. Then what happens? All the vasanas are roasted and gone. Why? Vasanas cannot express without the medium of mind, without the medium of experiences. So vasananam kshayaha. All the vasanas are exhausted. Ataha swa adhyayasane apanayam kuru. Swa adhyasa apanayam kuru. So therefore, thus you remove or you do away with all the superimpositions. All the superimpositions. That is how you have to remove all the superimpositions. When the mind totally is destroyed, all the vasanas are gone, ended, then there is no room for this superimposition. The mind won't project because mind is not there to project anything. So ajnana is totally removed, therefore there is no delusion. So there is no superimposition. That is how you have to apanayam kuru. You remove all the superimposition. What is the superimposition? The world which we see is superimposed. The jiva bhava is superimposed. And the idea of Ishvara is superimposed. All the superimposition is removed. All the bhedas are removed. And then the pure consciousness shines in its own glory. So that is what Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi clearly says. Mano nasham should happen. Sometimes in the samadhi, what happens, Bhagavan says, if you are not concentrating on the self, what happens sometimes, you enter into Jada Samadhi, he says. There is something called Jada Samadhi. Bhagavan says, Layam or Jada Samadhi, he says. Jada Samadhi means like in the deep sleep only. The mind gets absorbed temporarily. Temporarily means even for days together it can get absorbed. But vasanas won't be removed there. So once again you will come back. Same thing. So he says that is not the end of the spiritual pursuit. So a Mahatma can go into Jada Samadhi for even months and years together also. So he narrates a story always, Bhagavan. Once a Mahatma asked for a tumbler of water, it seems. Can you please give some water? The Shishya had gone to bring water, this Mahatma has gone to that Samadhi, that Jada Samadhi it seems. And he had gone for months together. And everybody was worried whether irkara poitara, because everything stops in Samadhi, even the physiological function stops. Then he got up and the first question asked, where is my water? He continues from where he has left. But this Atma Vichara, it leads to the actual Samadhi where all the vasanas are roasted. And mana, the mind is destroyed once and for all. It will not come back again. By the Atma Nishtha this happens. So when that happens, then there is no scope, no room for this adhyasa, superimposition. Then it is removed away once and for all. That is how.
Morning classes, there was a realization and liberation, there was a like
That's what I'm saying. Now, realization means glimpse, you get it, but even after that you can identify, because vasanas are there. When all the vasanas are exhausted, when the mind is totally gone, like it is destroyed, then nothing is there except the pure consciousness. That is sahaja. It becomes sahaja. Sahaja means what? Effortlessly, always, without slipping back. Bhagavan always talks about sahaja samadhi. It is even, he says, better than or superior than nirvikalpa samadhi. Sahaja. Right. Moving on to the next verse. See, this verse is very, very interesting because it gives some practical tips how to go beyond. Tamo tvabhyam rajas sattvat sattvam shuddhena nashyati tasmat sattvam avashtabhya swadhyasapanayam kuru tamo tvabhyam rajas sattvat sattvam shuddhena nashyati tasmat sattvam avashtabhya swadhyasapanayam kuru. See, when you find so much of tamas within yourself, tamas means what? You know, na? Tamas means laziness and not interested in anything and dullness, dull-wittedness. This is tamas. It is there within all of us, so much of it. So if you find so much of it, it can be conquered or it can be handled by increasing more and more sattva and rajas. Even rajas, yes, because such a person is always prompted by the acharyas to do something. Come on, you do this, you do that, you will get this. See, this yaha yajna is there. You do this, you may get that kind of a benefit. Like that they prompt. Because he is so much in tamas, tamas cannot help you, it cannot take you anywhere. So therefore, sometimes with rajas, these acharyas, these mahatmas, they wake him up from the deep slumber and they push him into activity. Come on, you are put as in charge of this building project or this rural development project or this or that. Only this fellow is happy, activated. Go this, do that. Raise some funds, do this, do that. Among everything, raising fund is very difficult actually. You have to. So, you do everything. So, rajas. And then after some time, when he is propelled by rajas, he runs. And then he wonders, what am I doing now? I am running, what am I doing? What am I achieving? Because rajasasya phalam dukkham. He is miserable still. He finds no sort of satisfaction in just running. Then the acharyas say, very good, you have come to a point. Now, you do activities, but not for your sake, not selfish. For something wonderful, higher purpose, you do the activities. So, sattva. So, when you offer it to the higher altar, not doing for yourself, doing for some good cause, for the welfare of the world, or for the Paramatma, or Guru Seva, whatever, it all increases sattva. So, rajaha sattvat. So, how will you conquer rajas? Through sattva. But sattva vasana is also once again vasana only. Meaning, even if you bind somebody with a golden chain, still it is bondage only. So, golden chain also binds only. So, vasana how to conquer? Shuddhena. Increase more and more sattva vasana. When sattva is increased so much, that sattva also goes away. So how can be sattva conquered? By more and more becoming sattvic. You become shuddha sattva, sattva tita or shuddha sattva. Then sattva also nashyati. Then that also goes. Tasmat sattvam avashtabhya swadhyasa apanayam kuru. Thereafter, holding on to sattva, more and more sattva, you remove this superimposition. You just keep away these superimpositions, all this adhyasa, whatever you have imagined. The snake in the rope is called as adhyasana. Like that, this prapancha is adhyasa on the self. So that is how you have to remove. So what is the duty of a seeker? First of all, when he finds himself to be very tamasic, then he has to be little bit active, rajasic. You do your nitya karma, naimitya karma. Go and work. If you have desire, go and work for it. Yes, you have a family, you have children, you have high ambitions, work for it, work for it. So you run, work. And even after getting everything you find, there is something missing. Something missing. You feel still not satisfied. Yes, you can never feel satisfied unless you reach the self, unless you realize the self, because that is infinite. Infinite alone can satisfy you, finite can never. So increase sattva. Sattva means what? Now go to tirtha yatras and sing the kirtanas and study scripture, contemplate, meditate. This is how you increase sattva vasana. So again and again discriminate between the not self and the self. So sattva vasana is increased. More and more the sattva is increased, more and more the Atma, the self, becomes clear. And in that realization of the self, even the sattva also vanishes. Yes? That's what I'm saying. More and more sattva, if you go on increasing, what he says, in the vision of the self, everything goes. Even the sattva goes. You become nirguna nirakara. See, in the comprehension, the apprehension of the self, everything goes. All the gunas gone. All the three gunas gone. So he becomes gunatita. Gunatita Purusha. So, see, what masters say generally, you don't give up sattva also, because mind cannot operate in vacuum. See, in sattva you go on increasing, then when you get the vision, it also will subside. That's what it is written here. So the sattva will go by increasing, more and more becoming Shuddha sattva. Reducing tamas and rajas and becoming more and more Shuddha sattva, the self is apprehended, and in that vision of the self, all the three gunas are gone. Three gunas cannot operate. In the platform of the self, Maya cannot operate. The three gunas cannot operate. That is how you can remove all the superimposition. This is the way to remove the superimposition. So these three gunas, the play of gunas, that is nothing but the samsara. When you go beyond the gunas, samsara is taken away. Now, 279 is a very important verse. All the verses are important, Swamiji. This year, see, in the practical way, this is very significant. Prarabdham pushyati vapuriti. Nishchitya iti nishchitya nischalaha. Dhairyam yatnena. Swadhyasapanayam kuru. Prarabdham pushyati vapuhu. Iti nishchitya nischalaha. Dhairyam yatnena. Swadhyasapanayam kuru. Sari Swamiji, these are all fine. But when I go on meditating on God, Bhuva, who will give food? Who will give food? If I don't do anything else, if I only go on meditating or thinking about God, who will feed me? How will I survive in this world? In this big, mad world, how will I survive? And here it is said, Prarabdham pushyati vapuhu. Vapuhu means the body. Vapuhu means body. Prarabdham pushyati. Whatever is your prarabdha karma, that nourishes this body, that will take care of this body. So you know what is prarabdha karma? You have the accumulated karma in the bank as if, and you withdraw some amount, that is called as prarabdham, for this body, for this life. So before the body is taken, everything is decided about this body, how long it is going to live, what all it is going to enjoy, all those things. So that is called as prarabdha. Prakrishtena arabdha. It has started already. You cannot do anything now. So when the body is born, see, before the birth of the child, the Lord is so compassionate, He has kept the milk in the mother's breast. Is that not so? How wonderful. So the same Lord, will He not take care? Here, instead of saying the Lord will take care, the prarabdha, for whatever this body has taken, it has to go through and has to exhaust all the prarabdha karmas. So the prarabdha will take care of the body. You don't worry about it. Nishchitya, iti nishchitya means convinced that the prarabdha will take care. You become nishchalaha. Not too much worry about it. Otherwise, another samsara starts. Where will I go for food? Should I cook? Or should I have a servant maid to cook? A cook to cook. You know. So the samsara starts again. Then I need a kitchen. I need a gas connection I need. And then the provision. Then the money for it. Like this very, very popular story, no? You must have heard about the story.
Coping only, Swamiji. The rat ate the coping.
The other story.
Not the cat and all.
That is the thing. That is the story. Correct. So to take care of the rat, a cat was bought. And then to take care of the cat and to feed the cat, milk, cow. And to take care of the cow, a lady was brought in. And to take care of the lady means what? He himself started taking care of the lady. So that is the fall. So that's how samsara starts. So therefore, if you are too worried about the food, that is why, I get very irritated whenever people ask, oh, this sevak also have gone. Sevaks means those who are cook and taking care of the ashram, they are called as sevaks. They come and go because they have their own commitments, everything. Oh, they also have gone. So Swamiji, what will you do for food? I get very angry and irritated when somebody asks me this question. I will do whatever. You shut up and mind your business. Because again and again asking, what will you do? What will you do? I am a sannyasi. I will do something. Don't worry, Lord will feed me. See, becoming concerned is one thing. And everybody asking, hey, poitangla, dukkam visaarikkara mari. Poitangla, imlu poitangla, ore naalliye poitangla. As if I have done something to them and chased them away. They go according to their prarabdha, they come, they go. You know what? So, something happens. When you start, doing your own thing, everything, then you have learned and have time for anything else. So, what he says, dhairya malambya, have courage. What is the courage? The Lord will feed me. Or the prarabdha of the body will take care of the body. Now don't too much worry about it. Yatnena. Now you put in efforts for the higher. Contemplate. You understand? See, that is why these sannyasis are very blessed. Who are there parivrajakas. They depend solely on God. Not anything else. And they are fed only somehow. But they starve also. They accept it as prarabdha. As the game. As the part of the game. But we are not sannyasis actually. Pseudo sannyasis. We are not sannyasis. Pseudo sannyasis means what? We have a cook, we have a kitchen, we have everything. And time sapad varum. When we go out, we call people. Today, what bhiksha you are going to give? Swamiji, we invite you for bhiksha. What inviting for bhiksha? Bhiksha means you should go and ask for alms. So, somehow it goes on like that. But here he says very clearly, do not too much worry about food. See, that is a Tamil song, old song, Oru chan vayiru illata, in the bhumiyil illa galata. Oru chan vayiru, this stomach is only oru chan.
6 inch.
Chan means this is chan. What they call? Or Jan, they say, I don't know in English what they call this. Oru chan vayiru means only one. This thing, chan vayiru. When this is not there, urla illa galata, there is no problem. There is no jagda. There is no jagda. Galata means jagda. So only for this, all jagda. So So we should not too much worry about food. And Prahalada says very clearly to all his students, he says, don't worry about food. The Lord who has created this body will give the food also to the body. So with this sort of conviction, see, this is conviction actually. That is why, see, Nishchitya, you become Nishchalaha. Don't worry too much about it. And you know what? You may be very rich, Kodiswaran, you have got so much. But if the prarabdha body is over, the food will not enter, it will not go beyond this. It will not. When the prarabdha is over, that is it. Then lot of tubes put everywhere and you like a vegetable remain there. So whatever the prarabdha, see, this is how the sannyasis live. The Vedantis, the Jnanis, they say the prarabdha will take care of the body. The Bhaktas say the Lord will take care. See, that is still better, na? You have a faith in higher power which is compassionate, which will take care. See, this prarabdha will take care is once again karma, It is little dry actually, but Jnanis are dry people only. So they always say the prarabdha will take care, so don't worry. And dhairyam alambya, having that dhairyam, courage, yatmena swa adhyasa apanayam kuru, through effort, you just destroy this adhyasa. Otherwise, the mind is so occupied, Ayo, what will I do for food, what will I do, where will I stay, what will happen to me if the body falls ill, who will take care of me. If you think like that, you can never take to this path of sannyasa or whatever. Or even this seeking becomes very diluted. Then some security you have to create. Some bank balance, some this, some that. It's all samsara starts. But it's very difficult actually. It's all easy to say, but very difficult. See, whenever I see these sannyasis on the Girivalam path, my mind really aches because pavangal, they don't have any sort of thing except the Lord. They are there in the cold, in the hot sun, mosquito bite, everything. See, people just throw some money, but that is not at all enough. Meaning, they have chosen that life, They can go and work if they want to, they don't. But if they are really, got all this knowledge, they would at least do something. They would be some sadhana or something. But most of them, they don't know what else to do. Neither here nor there.
They are not parivrajaka, they are settled here.
Yeah, parivrajaka means settled here means what? Yeah, here and in Tiruvannamalai there is a food security.
Yes.
Meaning they are given food thrice.
Real parivrajaka, Swamiji, you meet, they're shining. They are not staying at a place more than one day.
But you know what? Now it is very difficult. The parivrajaka style, you know why? Because those days, the villages and all, it's all wide open. People offer food. Now, every house has got a big compound wall. And there is beware of dogs. You cannot enter. Dogs will come pouncing on.
They are reduced. The number of sadhus have reduced.
Parivrajaka is reduced because it's very difficult. And those days, if you carry kamandala is enough, you can get water anywhere. Now you have to carry mineral water. If you drink water anywhere, you will die.
And you need data, and you need mobile phone.
Mobile phone not required. For parivrajakas, no, not required. But water is required or not?
Yes, sir. Exactly.
And you cannot drink any water. You will get cholera, you will get diarrhea. So very difficult actually, see, if you really think about it. But there are still parivrajakas who just go away without any money or anything, just depending on, they are taken care only somehow.
Yes.
They are taken care. See, still in Bharatadesha, there are chatrams, there are good people, everything is there. But it is becoming more and more difficult, I mean to say. Very difficult. And people, especially in Tamil Nadu and all, they don't have right understanding. They all are, faltu only they think. And they think they are leeches upon the society. And they ill-treat. That is all part of the game. Ill-treating and all, getting ill-treated and all part of the game. But still it is very, very hard nowadays to be a parivrajaka. Our Swamiji, one who groomed me, one day he just left everything and went away. He is like that only, parivrajaka only. He went away. But after 6 months, he was found somewhere in a very, very despicable in the condition. He got malaria, not treated properly. Because of mosquitoes, he got malaria, not treated properly. Very kshina ho gaya. And then some devotees brought him back. And then he couldn't recover. The old health, he couldn't recover. But he was living after that also for a few years, 10, 15 years I suppose. But earlier he was Jamman, he's a yogi. But that's how, it's very difficult. It's all prarabdha of the body. But he has taken it that way. No complaints, no regrets. But we feel bad, So with this nishchaya, that the prarabdha will take care of the body, you have to pursue the path. If you're too worried only about the food, about comforts, then this is not for you. It is not your cup of tea.
Here, around the Girivala beggars, what we can say, are they prarabdha or they have selected to become?
See, whatever thoughts you get also is part of your prarabdha only. See, if you think it is my decision also, it is also prompted by the prarabdha only. You decide that way because of your prarabdha only. See, don't think too much. Idu mutta vandada, koli vandada nadu. Whether the egg before or the chicken before, So whatever it is. But you know what? I always think very good about only one thing. They are Annamalai Kshetra. And at the foothills of Arunachala. That is one thing. And second thing, they solely depend on God. Howsoever we are all sadhus or seekers, we don't solely depend on God. That is not there. We depend on other things, so many things. But they solely depend on God. That is the biggest thing. Rarest thing actually. If they are really like that, they have done it. Solely depending on God. And when they grow older and they fall ill, life becomes so difficult. But there are some sort of ashrams here, some sort of organization here, they treat them. Treat them means medical treatment and all is given. Is given, but still it's very hard only. Anyway, a sannyasi is one who has given up means what? He is ready for everything. That is how he has given up. So as our Swamiji said, you should be ready to eat, begging, and you should be ready to sleep on the platform. And you should be ready for everything, solely depending on God. Then only sannyasa. Otherwise, sannyasa means what? See, some people, they create everything. Ella set up panni vechiruvanga. So that every month some 10,000, 20,000 comes. So bank balance konja irukum. Well, pension varum, edavadhu varum. Then they take up to sannyasa also. Meaning what? That is also sannyas only, but little diluted sannyas.
Sannasi.
Huh?
Sannasi.
What is that? What is that?
Sannasi.
I don't know sannasi or sannyasi. Sammasi.
Bhagavan taught Muruganar how to beg. He taught him how to beg.
Oh.
Like this.
Okay. With both the hands.
And which house, don't go to the same house.
Again and again.
Go to next house, like that. And song also, how to beg.
How to beg also. So Guru teaches how to beg also. Okay, so dhairyam alabhya. Dhairya means that courage. So having that courage, yatnena, through effort, swa adhyasa apanayam kuru. So remove this adhyasa. Naham jiva param brahma. Ityaitad vyavrutti purvakam. Naham jiva param brahmeti. Avyavrutti etadavyatri purvakam. One minute. See, is Brahmati A or Ya? Hey.
Brahme is there.
Wait. No. Brahme it yai ye. Ye is there. Okay. See, Naham jiva param brahma. Ityeda vyavrutti purvakam. Vyavrutti purvakam vasana vegada praptaha. Vegada prapta swadhyasapanayam kuru. See, we have to split this way. Naham jiva param brahma iti, okay, iti eda vyavruti purvakam. Vyavruti purvakam, that is. Okay. Vasana vegataha praptaha swadhyasa apanayam kuru. See, naham jivaha, I am not this jiva, param brahma iti, I am that supreme self. Vyavrutti purvakam. Vyavrutti purvakam means what? I am not jiva, I am super. Thus, by eliminating all that is not the self, denying entirely your superimposition which manifests through the process of your past urges. So, vasana vegataha prapta. So, it's all because of the vasana vega. This apanaya, this adhyasa has come because of the vasana vega. So this vasana you have to give up, and then only this adhyasa will be removed. So these negative thoughts of I am the limited, I am the body, the mind, the intellect, etc. have been with us due to the expression of the vasanas in our bosom. They have to be replaced by positive vasanas, and the misconceptions have to be totally removed. So it is said here, Naham jivaha param brahma iti etad vyavruti purvakam vritti purvakam. So this is the thought you have to maintain. Vyavruti purvakam means this is the thought you have to maintain continuously. What is the thought? I am not this jiva. I am that Brahma Tattvamaku. I am that Brahma. So thus maintaining constantly this thought. Vritti purvakam. Vyavrutti purvakam. Vritti means thought. Maintaining this subtle and very sattvic thought. Vasana vegataha prapta swa adhyasa apanayam kuru. This adhyasa which has happened because of vasana vegataha. Because of the intensity of the vasanas. Power of the vasanas, it has happened. So this adhyasa you have to remove. So the initial verse also the same, na? We have to maintain soham bhavaha. Sadvritya, that sadvritya it is said. Here vyavritti rupakam. Vyavritti rupakam means continuously in your mind the idea should be what? I am not this body mind, not this personality, not jiva. I am that Brahma Tattva. Like that if you maintain that thought continuously, that sadvritti if you can maintain, then this adhyasa can be removed. What is this adhyasa? Vasana vegataha prapta adhyasa. It has come into being because of our own vasanas. When the vasanas are very strong, vegataha means very strong, then the adhyasa is very intense. You take it to be very real and you drown in this samsara. See, there are different levels of people, you know. Romba adimattama people, they don't know anything else except this. And they drown in this. And they don't know why they are suffering also. They suffer like anything. And there are some people who know why they are suffering. And they don't want to, but they are helpless. Because of the vasanas. Even though they want to, but still they go back and they suffer. The second level. Third level, they slowly try to get out and they are getting out. But the intensity is not sufficient to really go out of it. And rare ones only, the intensity is sufficient to just break the shackle and then go beyond. So different levels of people are there. So what we have to do is, here Shankara says, maintain that bhavana, that kind of an attitude or thought, sadbhavana, the good thought or sattvic thought that I am not this body mind. So there are two methods. One is when you are doing vivahara, you be aware whether this body mind, whether the identification is happening with the body mind or not. That is one thing. Second thing, when you are quiet within yourself, you can assert this again and again. Asangoham, that Brahma Jnanavali. Asangoham, Asangoham Punaha Satchidananda Rupoham Ahameva Ahamavyayaha. See, we have spoken about this Brahma Jnanavali also, and it is recorded and it is there in the YouTube. But it is in Tamil, the explanation is in Tamil, but that is available. Like that in our YouTube, we have got so many of the lectures about various topics. Some of them in English and some of them in Tamil. You have to find out which one what. And a lot of Upanishads are there. And then Yoga Vasishya Sara Sangraha is there. And Ashtavakra Gita is there.
That's also in Tamil. Yoga Vasishya.
Sara Sangraha is in Tamil. Certain texts are in English. And Bhagavan's complete work is in English.
Yes.
Bhagavan's complete work is in English. So, Vasana Vegataha Prapta Adhyasa Apanayam Kuru. Atavyavriti Purvakam. Atavyavriti Purvakam Vasana Vegataha Praptas Swa Adhyasa Apanayam Kuru. We will stop here. Once again, we will read it again tomorrow morning and try to understand better, because there is a small doubt here about the A or I here. I will recheck with other texts and I will come back. This 280 we will keep in suspension, and once again tomorrow morning we will take, because I got a small doubt here. We will discuss later. I got a small doubt here and I want to recheck with other different texts and want to come out with the actual this thing. Om Purnamadha Purnamidham Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Atavyavriti Purvakam. So we have to check the meaning. We will check.